Spacey Sims, and we're here finally, with London Detective Mysteria. Now, this game just came out, so I'm really excited about it. Okay, it came out in December, but I'm really excited. I've been waiting since I saw it was coming out, but they never had a date, and then all of a sudden, Xseed posted something on their page, and I was like, oh, thought it was the full game, and for some reason it was, but the link brought me just... It had demo, and then it had the game, and you clicked it, and it was like, demo, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I don't know, it was weird. The page loaded weird for me is what it was. I was like, oh, I was hoping it was the full game, and someone kindly left a comment and was like, oh, it is, you know, blah, blah, and I was like, oh, okay, because, like, for some reason when I opened it, it said demo, and I was like, but anyway, so I've had this, I bought it over Christmas, break, and I was intending to get it, but unfortunately it was too big to download onto my Vita TV, so I had to get a Vita SD card, and Amazon decided to be a bag of douches and take over a week to deliver it to me on 2-day shipping. This one, anything else could have been like a little delayed, and I would have been like, whatever. This, I was like, just get it to me! I had like an entire week after Christmas to record. I ordered it on a Sunday. The following Sunday, I'm like, I have to go to work now again. I had 7 days to record this and get a bunch of it done. And they were like, we said 2-day shipping, but we're not going to get it to you till Friday. And then, oops, we're going to be late, and then we'll deliver it to you the following Monday. You know what? Suck my dick. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm mad at them for that. But anyway, so this has been a long time coming. This should have gone up a week ago, but whatever. Because it was delayed, you got Psychedelic of the Ashen Hawk. So now we have 3 games going, which I said wasn't probably going to happen, but yeah. Anyway, so before we jump into the game, I don't really remember what it's about. La 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 mysteries, la 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 descendants of like Holmes and Watson and Lupin, of course. So it's going to be kind of fun for those of us that code realize things, because we're like, we have a Lupin, but it's not the Lupin that we're used to. And there's a Holmes and a Watson, but not the Holmes and the Watson from that, and it'll be fun. So, I suppose I should have found the page that tells you what it's about so I could read it. I was just like, Otome game, must buy. I don't even give a crap at this point. Do you seriously how bad that is? Like, that I'm literally like, I see it and I'm like, wait, is this an Otome game? I'm buying it. I don't give a shit. And I've been waiting for it and I have no idea. Like, I'm sure I read what it was, but let me see. Okay, I'm going to open the Xseed games. They're the ones who localized it, so. Anyway, Her Majesty the Queen's birthday was to be the heiress of House of Whitley's debut into high society. But an inquiring mind begs for more than parties as she stumbles into the many curiosities that lay hidden in London's darkest corners. Help sharpen Lady Whitley's instincts. As a budding detective, take control of her present to uncover the mysteries of her past and grow an unbreakable bond with one of many dashing personalities from well-known works of fiction. And they're all the descendants, so it's not like Sherlock Holmes. Actually, I think it's Herlock Holmes, which is just funny. And then it's like, I forget that but they're like the children of, it's not like Sherlock Holmes and John Watson and Arsène Lupin. It's their descendants, so that's really kind of cool. But find your destined one. Find love with personalities inspired by famous figures and works of fiction, including Detective Holmes, Gentleman Thief Lupin, Jack the Ripper, and more. But not the ones we're used to. Take control of the story. Decisions made throughout will not only special, I guess I'm supposed to say unlock special rewards, but will shape whether love in Lady Whitley's future or if whether love is in Lady Whitley's future or if fate has more unfortunate consequences in mind. An extra customizable visual novel. Change Lady Emily Whitley's first name for a personal touch. Yeah, because Emily. Sorry, Emily's. She's Spacey. That's how we do shit on this channel to make it more awkward when they're like, I love you, Spacey. So awkward. After how many years? Okay, even if we've only been playing visual like these for like a year or so. It's probably been over a year though. Well, a year and a half maybe. I don't know. When did we first play Amnesia Memories? Anyway, and Mystic Destinies. Those were like the first 2 where all of a sudden I was like, I love this. What's wrong with me? And it's still awkward. And we've played like 500 of these. Okay, like 20. I don't even know. Holy crap. There's probably like, we've played 6. But still, it's still awkward. Always going to be awkward. Anyway. Further customize your playing experience by adjusting text speed, toggling visual effects, and even adjusting the individual speaking volumes of your favorite characters. I love how they tout this as like special things you can do, and you're like, you should be a. I'm not knocking it. I love the fact that you can do that. You can be like, I want certain people down, I want certain people to talk, and you can do that. I never understood the I can turn certain voices lower and certain voices higher, like whatever, it's on or off. But these simple things are things that should be in all of them. I'm just saying, and like I should be able to change the text speed and the base game volume. Looking at you. What the fuck is the name of the people who did? Oh God. Office lovers, yeah, though you guys, because you don't allow you to change the base, and that's just god awful, and it's painful. It's like it screams in your ear. It's like so I either have it off or like screaming at me. I'm loud enough, but like good lord, you couldn't hear me over that. It was so bad. I worked around it, but anyway. And then coming to the PC for the first time, but I jumped the gun and I bought it like on the Vita, even though I should have waited for the PC version, but no patience. Plus, hey, I'm getting my money out of my PS TV because you know what? They're going to stop supporting actual little, like, Vita games, and we're running out. We got, like, I think, like, one left, like, to play, and then it's like, bye-bye Vita games. That's it. I'm pretty sure, yes, we have one more left to play. That's a lie. That's a lie. I have Amnesia later in Amnesia Crowd when we can read Japanese. So, which will be like never, but I have that. And then the code Realize Wintertime Miracle. So we've got a little bit. But by the end of the year, who knows? We might. But no more coming. They're not releasing hard copy ones, which just sucks. Because like PlayStation's like, nah, we don't want to support that. Fuck you. How are we supposed to get our visual novels now? It's the only place they release them because you won't release them on the actual PS4. You suck. I'd be happy if they did. Or Xbox, fucking anything aside from Switch, because fuck that. I don't want to buy one more goddamn thing. Plus, I have a Vita TV. It hooks up to my TV, and I don't have to sit there and try to record. I like recording this shit, bitches. Make it easier for me. Why? Anyway. So, that's that. We're going to start. Delete. Sorry, Emily. You are. And she's Spacey! Can I get an exclamation part? You know, I should just be funny and have put like the Spacey! Registered trademark. Is that what that is? Wait, isn't the T? No, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait. How do I? Okay. That would have actually been funny. Guys, wait. We could be really fucking hilarious with this one. I'm not drinking, I swear. I mean, if we're going all the way, we gotta put a 3. That is so fucking wrong. I can't do that. I can't. I want to so bad, but you know what? You know what? We'll just do it normal. Oh, whoa, where'd my S go? Oh, I hit the wrong button. I'll do this. We'll do this. Because that's fun. That's fun. How about that? That's fun, guys. All right. Everyone's like, you suck at this. Wait, I don't have a start button, though. Ah. The options button is the start button. Our tale begins as the curtains close on the 19th century. This evening is as ordinary as they come for London, England. Mist hangs thick, beclouding the radiance of the moon and modest glow of gas lamps. Now, a word of caution, if I may. Take care on the streets tonight. It wouldn't do for you to become the target of villains lurking in the shadows. Man, when you put this on fast text speed, it's fast. Props to them for that. Because usually it's fast and it's like even okay, hold on. Okay. Fast is not usually fast. This is like, oh, I got whiplash. Even Scotland Yard, the pride of our city, has yet to solve the many terrifying incidents that hide comfortably in its seediest corners. Most, perhaps, would scurry away with this advice, then stroll blissfully into a trap. You strike me as an unusual sort, however, so should you find yourself drawn to the unsolvable, steel your nerves, and see your case through to its end. Take solace in knowing that London is home to more than the purely unjust, for the just find their places among the likes of brilliant detectives and fearless gentlemen thieves. The curtain may soon close on the 19th century, yes, but upon the resounding chime of Big Ben, a new tale of love and adventure like no other begins. That freaking intro was amazing. Like, okay. I've read a lot of things like some people like, I, I was trying to find like if there's a specific route order, but there's a common route, so we'll just do that. Like, I don't know, whatever. I do have a guide pinned for when we need a guide. Hopefully they're caught up and they've got everybody's route because it's gonna be what it is. Like we're gonna get what end we get because we're just gonna do it like like blind run through the first time. I guess there really isn't a route order. There is a true ending, but we won't worry about that until we're like neck deep in the game and we're almost done. And I've just seen a lot of people like being giving props to Spacey, Emily, for actually being like a decent heroine because they're all sick of like the vapid dumbasses. And it's like, see, no. And the person who was postulating that was like, okay, I can't speak for like Japanese releases, and I'm like, those are probably the good ones, and we get the dumbasses. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so I like the year 18XX. Wasn't it? But we, I mean, why do we have to XX out the year? Didn't we just we just you just said it was the end of the 19th century, so that would be 1899. So why do we XX that? I don't understand that. It's not like Color X Malice where it was like 20x like sometime in the future, and you're like, okay, so if I'm playing in 2018, I could be like, well, it's 2056, and 10 years later, I might be like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, just saying, this was okay. Anyway, Whitley House, London. Hi. Can we date him? Because he's fine. I know, that's us. And of course, we have the giant derpy eyes, as usual. But he's fine. Can we date our butler? Fuck, I need a butler dating game that's not terrible. We have terrible ones rating for that. Pendleton. Can we date Pendleton? I don't think Pendleton's one of the ones we can date. God, he's beautiful, though. Look at his hair. It's like, holy shit. He's like an elf prince butler. Spacey, easily distracted by the first hot face that shows up. What voice are we giving him? He needs to have a butler voice. He needs to have a very fancy butler voice. My lady, we mustn't tarry a second longer. Oh, we're running late. I legit forgot I did that. Yes, I know that. It's my dress, you see. It's a bit too tight for my liking. Nope, you're fine. With a help not far behind, I stepped through the hall at a bold pace. Oh, of that I'm sure. I had to lace your corset tighter this time. Your figure has been rather distressful of late, around the waist in particular. That isn't true. I'm simply growing. A girl needs to grow in all the right places if she's to become a proper lady, you know. I know, yes. To think the day would come when you chose to recite that of your own volition, but it speaks to your growth from a child into an elegant young woman. Are you hating on me? Because I'm okay with that. Your mother and father would take great pride in seeing you as you are now. Perhaps a bit more pride were you to strive for a slimmer waistline. Okay, you don't get to tell me I'm fat. You're fucking gorgeous. You know what? I'm so torn. I'm torn with being like, bitch, you don't know, you don't. But you're hot. So will I take it? I don't think I should. I told you that isn't true. Oh, please, just for today, loosen this corset. And do we have anything with a smaller heel? It's difficult to walk in these. Suck it up and suck it in, girl. Anyway, you'll have to put up with both, my lady. You're dressing for more than just Her Majesty's birthday. This will also mark your debut into high society. Pendleton was right, and yet it still did not ring true to me. It was only 3 months ago that my life had been one of peace in the countryside. But gossip has a way of spreading quickly amongst the nobility. Word reached the royal family that I returned to London to assume my role as heir of the House of Whitley. The invitation was only natural, given this news, and with it came a certain expectation that my attendance would end in prospects of marriage with fine suitors. If only I cared! With how many members of the nobility will be in attendance, I feel the need to remind you that failure is not an option. Have I made myself plain? Wow, he is so fucking pretty. Can I just tell you, we haven't even met any of our boyfriendos. This is just our butler. And our butler is fine. Girl! Okay, no though. No with her and her giant fucking eyes. Can we, this is fucking Chizuru from fucking, and Hakuoki all over again. Her eyes are like, as sound as no. Like, seriously! Her eyes are literally this, oh! I hate it. Sorry, I'm gonna complain about it the whole time. It bothers me. I get anime eyes, but do they literally have to be sunken down, like take up her face, like no? You can make them giant and cute and like adore without looking creepy, like creepy fucking creepy. Yeah, she's creepy. I don't like it. I only have one chance to make a good first impression. Could have eyes more like his. His are beautiful. And this marks the beginning of becoming a woman of refinement, marrying a perfect gentleman and rebuilding House Whitley. Only upon completion will I feel confident I'd paid my debts to Lord Robert and Lady Olivia. You've nothing to fear, lady. The first step is always the most ting. Look at that damn his hair. And please, remember to wear that necklace with all the divination. I tapped at the precious heirloom around my neck. Of course, is our legacy, and I will mother and father gave me. Your enthusiasm is touching, but I hope it begins promptly with how you conduct yourself before an audience. You worry too much. I'm as ready as I'll ever be, which is to say not at fucking all. I worry precisely the right amount. In contrast to the ladies and gentlemen of London, you exhibit the air of, yes, an unruly schoolboy from the countryside. Like night and day, really. Are we secretly a boy? That'd be amazing. Please! That's enough, Pendleton. God, he's fine. This man is Pendleton. As the head butler of House Whitley, it falls upon his shoulders to care for my every need. He's honest, perhaps a bit too honest, but there's no one in this world more attentive. I thought it said more attractive. That just shows you where my head is. He also takes time to educate me in a number of subjects as my personal tutor. Okay, I'm going to snatch my mind out of the gutter, because I know that's not what she's talking about, but I'm old and pervy, and that's what I want from my butler. Anyway, be it manners of the... well, if he's fine like that. Be it manners of the nobility, history, literacy, music, or the arts, he has always instructed me with the same rigid intensity as one would a man. Is he a demon butler? I'm just saying. It's an astounding feat, for he not only serves these needs, but our guests, our family finances, and whatever new thing that requires his attention, to which I confess, new things happen as often as my inclination for mischief. I should feel more guilty than I do for adding to his burdens, but who can resist the urge to sneak away from the mansion for a stroll through the city? Or the fun of climbing a tree? At least he appears to enjoy the lectures that come every time he catches me. So you're absolutely confident your master is that of the finest lady? Oh, your manner is that of the finest lady. I was like, what? Oh, that I am, and nothing less. Okay, so she's a little less creepy there. Do you see that woman walking along the pavement? I picture her to be the very definition of a proper young lady. Should that be the case, you are the dog at her side. What dog? Pendleton pointed, and I felt a rush of excitement upon the sight. Ooh, dog! What a charmer! That's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, isn't it? It looks so small that it can't be older than a year. Oh, what a dream it would be to have one of my own. My, in one ear and out the other. As it stands, I spend enough of my time looking after you. I don't know if I could spare another minute for a dog. Now, Pendleton, don't exaggerate. And look at that! We're almost there. Good heavens. The rhythmic clacking of wheels on cobblestone continued in the background. A short while later, I heard the boisterous boom of Big Ben, indicating 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh, pause. Sorry. Speaking of, like, voice acting, we weren't speaking of it, but, unfortunately, there's really nobody in this, because I had to kind of just, like, glance. I don't recognize any of the names, and I clicked on some of them. A couple of people voiced characters in Oz Mafia, but we couldn't play that night to take down all the videos because they only let you play up to a certain point, and I didn't realize that, and I was posting things, and they just took them all down, which sucks because I had a ton recorded, and I'll never finish it. It's either because they don't want you uploading game videos or because I kept bashing the MC for being the dumbest twat waffle ever. Like, she was the worst. But the boys were cute, and the game was fun, but whatever. Anyway. So there's a couple of people that did voices in that. One of the characters, I can't remember which one, I think it's Moriarty, I think it was him, is the voice of one of the side characters in Period Cube. And there was another character, and I can't remember which one of this one is I think there were two different characters here that did two different voices of side characters. Oh, no! No! Wait. Anyway, somebody does a voice in here that was one of the side characters in Period Cube. Someone in this game is a side voice in Color X Malice. And one of them, I forget which one. Hold on, maybe it was Moriarty. I think it was Moriarty was not the side voice in Period Cube. Moriarty was, I'm pretty sure, let me bring it up. Let me just double check. He was in Color X Malice as well. And yes, he was Saeki. So that's the closest we have. There is nobody in here that was in Code Realize, so we don't get the 6 degrees of Code Realize points for this if you're playing the Spacey Go board. But we do have Saeki. So that's the biggest. I mean, we got a couple of other side characters and things, but like, and I think there was somebody did a voice in Danganronpa anime. I'm not sure if the name didn't sound familiar as one of the characters in one of the games, so it could have been like one of the like the season that they had of the anime that wasn't part of the game. I don't know, anyway, but or I'm just dumb and I couldn't remember, but whatever. Anyway, a short while later, I heard the boisterous boom of Big Ben indicating 11 o'clock in the morning. Her Majesty's birthday party is going to start soon. I can't wait. I gazed out the window to take in the bustle of the city. Energy was abound. Even what few clouds there were in the sky seemed to move in the same vibrant energy as the masses below. It was there, admiring all the wonders of London, that I first wondered where my debut would take me. The curtains close on the 19th century. Whoa! Okay, so hopefully you're reading this, because this is the intro song, so. I can't read it fast enough. Sorry. You just read along with it. And hopefully it's not copyrighted to the point where I can't talk over it, because otherwise... They go too fast. You don't get a good look at our voice. There are several Glasses characters. Oh no, that was the same one. Okay, there's a Glasses character. That's all that matters. Jean-Luc. Oh, he's fine. So hopefully we don't have to take that out, and that isn't, like, copyrighted to the point where you hear nothing. If it is, you know why. It's because it's... So it really depends, because you never know. But hopefully not. But if it is, you didn't miss anything. I didn't talk... I mentioned a few things. I said a couple things, but then I was like, there's no point talking just in case. So. And if it wasn't taken out, then you heard all that, and like, whatever, I don't know. We soon arrived at Buckingham Palace, home of Her Majesty the Queen, but our boys are all hot. I love it. The Queen's guard stood dutifully upright, granting entrance to guests dressed in only the most beautiful gowns and fittings. I was nervous, yes, but another part of me shivered with that positive anxiety one has at the prospect of a new thrill. Good day to you. I'm Spacey Whitley of House Whitley. Would this be where the birthday party is being held? Pendleton swiftly presented the guard with an invitation from a white envelope. We've been expecting you, Lady Whitley. Please, right this way. Thank you very much. Just as I had been so often instructed, I gathered my skirt the tiniest bit and curtsied. The guard was kind enough to escort us, and it took no time at all from there to reach the enchanting halls of the palace. Oh, what a sight this is! As it ought to be for Her Majesty, of course, but I still can't hide my surprise. Indeed, it is a marvel. I trust you won't get lost in the crowd, my lady. Beneath the vaulted ceiling, champagne flowed and tables were bountiful with exotic fruits, exceptional tea leaves, and delectable baked goods. A smile here, a reserved laugh there. Distinguished gentlemen and dignified ladies conversed fervently, always in character, but in a way that was sincere to one free of judgment. The air was perfumed in sophistication that could have overwhelmed me were I any less prepared. Indeed, it was a party for the aristocracy. There's not a frown to be seen, though I don't see Her Majesty anywhere. She will be here soon enough. I hear she will be accompanied by a cat given to her by the King of Siam. Really? I didn't know the royal family had a cat. It's very recent, and one given due to it and the Queen sharing birthdays. A smartly chosen gift, is it not? Well, today is more than a simple gathering, then. What better occasion than a birthday to strengthen the bond between royals? The decor dazzled, and there was no better compliment to it all than the gowns of the guests and attendants. Pardon me, but would you care for a drink? The man presented a tray with several amber-colored champagne glasses. I'd love one, thank you. Here you are, then, my lady. I didn't even have to hold it very close to my nose to catch the glass's rich aroma. It was whilst wandering around the hall, drink in hand and amazement never ceasing, that two very distinct voices suddenly caught my attention. That's Watson. I'm sorry, but he's got the impy voice. I mean, because he just seems to have that look. And he's got the same, almost similar hair to me, so like, well, it certainly is a party, isn't it? And that's Holmes. What kind of voice does he have? I feel, you know what the funny thing is? I feel like he should have the Lupin voice, even though it'd be funnier to give Lupin the Lupin voice. But I just feel like, well, no, he should... I'm going to have to work on these as we go. But like Watson always seemed to me, but I can't, because we can't see him. I need to see him more. But anyway, naturally, one fit for a queen. Or so we've been led to think. A hallway so vast means nothing with as many blind spots as there are guests. Anything could happen here, and no one would be any the wiser. Oh, stop! A bit too dark for the occasion, I think. Now, I just wish I could spot the inspector. He must be fed up to his ears waiting for us. The boys passed me by, wrapped in conversation. It's not as impy as impy, because I can't do it anymore. Oops! And in a completely unrelated incident, the shoulder of the guest behind me collided with the hand holding my champagne glass. The glass was thrust from my hand and went soaring through the air. Oh, dash it! It's going to break. Dash it? Okay. My eyes closed. I couldn't bring myself to watch it shatter. I'm assuming it's Holmes, but anyway, that was close. Are you all right? Me? Strangely, no such awful sound came. There was a pause, but there was no sense of public humiliation waiting for my eyes to open. All very opposite to what I expected. Oh, nope. It was Watson. Oh my god. He's definitely the impy character. He's like, hi, I'm happy and everything, and he's over there like, how dare you disturb me? But look at him. He's fucking gorgeous. That fucking look on his face. You're like, I love it. So he was the one that caught it. Anyway, rather, one of those passing boys was before me with my champagne in hand. And your dress. Did you spill anything on it? The taller boy with the chestnut-colored hair smiled as he returned the glass. Nerves gave way to relief, and there was an ease to him that was infectious. I don't believe so, but thank you for asking. He's adorable, too. That's good to hear. Smile still holding true, he made certain I was holding the glass steadily in my hand again before fully letting go. It would have been a shame if a party like this was ruined over a dirty dress. Watson, are you quite done? We don't have time for this. Oh, sorry. I'm coming. Enjoy the party. I will. You as well. With a wink, he turned and was ready to continue on his way. The glower on his face. The other boy, shorter by comparison and with black hair, spared me a quick, impatient glance and nothing more. And that's why we love him. You're the one who said he must be fed up to his ears. Hurry it up. I apologized, didn't I? And that was that. They're a rather odd couple. Are they not guests? Of all the guests here, they were the only ones dressed in clothes suited to a simpler occasion. Come to think of it, the name Watson is familiar. But from where? It didn't take long to recall where I'd heard it. I remember! They're detectives! Like Sherlock Holmes and John Watson! Then he must be... Dr. John Watson's son, I would assume. Oh, Pendleton. Ahem! That was Pendleton. Dr. John Watson's son, I would assume. As I suspected, which makes the dark-haired boy the son of Sherlock Holmes. Yes. Okay, so can we just point out, like, okay, Watson did get married in the story, like the actual stories and like whatever, so you can understand him having a son. But like, the hell did Sherlock Holmes ever have a kid with anyone? I'm just saying. Sherlock Holmes is my favorite literary character. I love him to fucking death. I fucking love him. Okay? I love him. But I'm just saying, he was the glasses asshole. He was always that character. He was always the... No. He didn't have time for dating. And I'm just like, who begged Sherlock Holmes? Because I'm jealous. Because I love Sherlock Holmes. I'm sorry. But anyway. So he's the Herlock Holmes. And then you name your kid Herlock. I'm Sherlock. This is my son Herlock. And his kid's name is going to be Erlock. And then Rurlock. And then Lock. And then Ock. And then K. And then K. That's how we're doing this. I'm just saying. And they say Watson's son plays the role of assistant also. And to Holmes Jr., of course. He's not really Holmes Jr. if his name is Herlock. Just saying. It's not Sherlock, it's Herlock. Well, now that I know who they are, that explains why they don't appear to be here for the party. And neither were born from the aristocracy, so I suppose they wouldn't. Could they have been summoned to investigate something then? Did something happen? I think I totally just changed Pendleton's voice, but whatever. Shh! My lady, your voice is much too loud. Oh, how unladylike. But I'm curious, if Holmes Jr. is here, there must be a reason. Don't call him Holmes Jr. I don't like that. He's not a junior if you're not named after your father. The child's urge to investigate further was growing. Of course, Pendleton was with me, and he would never allow it. Well, better to beg forgiveness than ask permission, as they say. My word, look at this adorable flower arrangement. That sunny glow, that summery flare. It's perfect for a party like this, isn't it? Oh, we should have some for the mansion. I pointed to the flowers decorating the hall. You have a keen eye, my lady. Those are an impressive display of Her Majesty's favorite white roses. White roses are my favorite. I like roses, just not red roses. I mean, I'd be okay with red roses. I'm just saying. They just, you know, Valentine's Day, you're like, I got you red roses. Yeah, because they were like $1 a dozen. No, come on, put some thought into it. Though I do love roses, but... Oh, like the red roses with purple baby's breath is pretty, though. But anyway. Their vibrancy gives color to the halls in a way few other things could. If I'm able, I'd love to use them for future reference. Their vibrancy gives color to the halls. They're white roses. What color are they giving? They're white. They're a neutral. They're there to blend in and accentuate other color. If they're pink, they give color. If they're yellow, they give color. If they're white, they don't give color. It's really weird. Note the remarkably fine balance between the leaves and blossoms. Excuse me. They are lovely, yes. But it will take more than flowers for today to go well. I get confused when it's today and tonight. I was like, that's not how you... Okay, the hyphen and it's freaking me... I was like, I don't know why it trips up my brain. I'm like, today. It's tripping up my brain. I don't know. The heart of the British Empire is at stake. So we're even... Oh, so we're even one thing to go amiss. My lady? Every single time. The moment I turn away, off she goes. I do it. She's like, look at these flowers. She's like, oh, yes, splendid. Gone. 3 hours later. After escaping Pendleton's watchful eye, I eagerly began to pursue Holmes and Watson. Where did they go? I was so certain this was the way. Yeah, let me just wander around the palace, because that's not rude. There were so many guests. I knew this before, of course, but the number felt so much greater when I had to search through them. Okay, so she's still with guests, not like sneaking up the stairs. Yet I soon met success. The boys were still amongst the crowd, their clothes giving them away. Quickly, Watson. I'm coming. Don't leave me behind. I followed after the two boys. Right this way, gentlemen. That uniform must make him an officer of the yard. Brilliantly deduced. Our proud London Police Department was none other than Scotland Yard. Save for the City of London itself, their jurisdiction covered the entirety of Greater London. But isn't the Queen's Guard charged with protecting the royal family? Why would they be here? Why indeed? I'm here to speak to Inspector Lestrade, please. Of course. He's been waiting for you. Right this way. Thank you. They gave their thanks to the officer before briskly passing him into a room deep within the palace. So it was Scotland Yard that summoned them. That officer seemed rather agitated, too. Has something gone wrong after all? It's a missing cat! As I considered the possibilities, perhaps you should look in the tree. The extravagance of the party and the eager whispers in anticipation of Her Majesty's arrival faded into the background. Then a terrible thought occurred. It can't be. Did something happen to Her Majesty? I can't stand idly by. Oh, dear God. There was no suppressing my growing curiosity. I made certain no one was looking before I motioned toward the room and slipped behind a curtain. Hello there. Hope you didn't mind the short notice. I did try to telephone your father, but as he so often is, he had his hands full with another case. Oh my God. Please, Sherlock Holmes is not going to be in this. He can't be. He also looks scary, like he's wearing a mask. His eyes are scaring me. Holmes greeted the man with a frown. I don't believe talk of my father is relevant. And now what's happened here? True enough. My fault. I tell you, we've been searching every corner, but we've come up short on all counts. Could you make it brief? We don't have much time, do we? I knew it. Something happened. But what could they be searching for? If possible, I should like to speak with the Queen directly as well. What? Directly, you say? Directly, yes. One can solve nothing without data, and it would be best to have her confirm a few things, so if you would, Inspector. Absolutely not. Her Majesty is too busy preparing for the ceremony. Inspector? Oh, Holmes! That was him. Inspector. Holmes' stance was one of assumed superiority, and the assumption was correct, for the inspector crumbled immediately to a boy. But he's a Holmes. I love that. From what I hear, 5 of the cases you've undertaken this year have still yet to be solved. Is that correct? Let us concern ourselves with the strangling case in Piccadilly. The events occurred at 8 o'clock at night, and the Yard concluded it to be the work of an immigrant whose goal was money. But according to the coroner, the victim was choked in such a way that they would have seen their killer from the front. Does that not strike you as peculiar? If what the killer wanted was money, he would have surely choked the victim from behind. I can only think this was someone who could approach their target from the front without arousing suspicion. Two scenarios come to mind. Holmes. The first is that our killer knew the victim well. The second is that he played a part of a good man, a simple tourist, or perhaps a happy drunkard, those with whom you would naturally lower your guard. However, no evidence of a struggle was found at the scene, and not even a witness's report of unusual screaming or shouting. That leads to one answer and only one. The killer and victim were friendly, and yet the police state it's nothing more than a robbery homicide. Well, no, it isn't quite so. Next, we should look into the unsolved mystery involving a corpse found earlier in the morning near the Thames. Oh, this is fun. I love this. He's so being Holmesian, and I love it. All right, Holmes, that's enough. I'm only stating the facts. Perhaps so, but is this the time or the place? My point is that with information scarce, our current case will remain just as unsolved. Inspector Lestrade, I must insist you grant me an audience. Well, she can't have gone far. Sergeant Ryan! Yes, sir? Start the search. I want every blade of grass within 5 kilometers of Buckingham Palace examined. We're looking for a motherfucking cat. We're looking for the fucking cat. There is no other motherfucking reason that Pendleton would have been like, oh, she has a cat. And we're like, what's missing? It's the fucking cat. I told you it was the cat. She may well be right under our noses. Use every member of staff if you have to. Hello? Open a can of tuna. Does nobody have a fucking... Ready? Hold on. Get the can of... Psh, the peeling of the noise and the smell of tuna. Hello? It's like walking... If I don't know where my bird is. Walk into the kitchen. There he is. Hi. Where have you been? Are you going to food? Food? I need food. I want food. Turn on some water in the sink. I mean, it's not hard. We must return her to Her Majesty as soon as possible. And if so much as a single hair is out of place, you won't live to see tomorrow. But Inspector, we can't possibly do a search that wide in so short a time. It's more impossible, really. And that's what's keeping you here. Move, damn it! Her? Then it must be a relative. It couldn't be a member of the royal... It couldn't be a member of the royal family was kidnapped. Could it? Oh my god, we're so fucking dumb. It's the cat! The sudden flicker of worry upon discovering too much came to me. I grew concerned, restless. How could this have happened? And here of all places! What a thought! Breath held, I composed myself once more and listened closely for more information. Inspector! Her Majesty the Queen arrives! I see she has the sense to save us some time. Unlike that stubborn ass. Oh yes, there's swearing in this, by the way, so... I'm sorry, if you're offended by swearing, then I don't know what you're doing here, because I swear all the fucking time, so whatever. And this game has swearing. There was like a warning when you first pulled it up, like there's violence and gore and swearing, and I'm like, this is my kind of game. You're the one to call others stubborn. She's coming here. Men, take your places and salute Her Majesty. Nonsense. You needn't stand on ceremony. I'm assuming she's an old lady. Yeah, she's a little older. Okay. My god, though, she is beautiful for an old lady. And the only reason she looks old is they gave her, like, some face lines here. That's it. These cheek lines. That's it. Like, her tone was moderate with no stress on any syllable, and yet it was so lyrical that everyone stopped to listen. I gripped the curtain I was hiding behind on instinct. It was she, Queen Victoria. So I don't think she should have an old lady voice, because she doesn't quite look like she's 80. Although I mean, certainly there was no need for her to command attention, for an attractive dignity was implied in her every manner, a dignity which could never be achieved with practice. How do you do? You are Sherlock Holmes and William H. Watson, correct? It's a great honor to make your acquaintance, Your Majesty. And for me as well. The pleasure is mine. I have great faith that both of you will solve this without incident. Of course, Your Majesty. And now if we may speak of the case, you are to search for my dearest Chelsea. She's only 1 year old. The name was new to me. She can't be a princess of the throne, then. A relative, perhaps? If even distant ones were invited, then it's possible it's one of them. Oh my god, we're so stupid! Okay, I know, look, alright. Pause. Hashtag pause. I know everyone was like, Emily's so great as a character. No, right off the bat, she's a fucking idiot. You don't know that it's the cat? Even I figured out it was the fucking cat that was missing as soon as we must find. Okay, first of all, it was like, something's gone missing. It's the cat. It's in a tree. Just check the tree. It's a fucking cat. I knew it before she even eavesdropped. She can't. Come on. I listened closer, closer, and closer until I felt a tap on my shoulder. Eep! I turned to see a familiar face next to me. Oh, hello again. Hello. It was Watson, the boy who saved both me and my champagne glass. Must be fate that we met again so soon. What brings you to this part of the palace? Oh, well, that is... All eyes were on me as I hunted for an excuse. How am I? I'm like, see, and he just, what did he do? Circle around me like, poke, poke. And you're like, what? He's like, you're in the middle of the, like, close circle. Like, literally, she's sneaking in and she's like standing there next to the table. And they're like, you're like 4 inches from the conversation, sweetie. We can see you. Like, what's going on? Who are you? It's, the palace, you see, it's so beautiful wherever I look. And I'm ever so thrilled to see it. And so I found myself wandering here by chance. That was the best I could come up with. What rubbish. Your lies appear right on your face. Here's what I think. You slipped in here, curiosity piqued, and were drawn in by our every word. You're right disappointment. Dread. He spoke to me the same way as he did the inspector, with complete unfiltered arrogance and a sharp-featured face framed by dark hair that could have done with a trim. I love him already because he's an asshole. He's the standoffish dick. Or it may have been a respectable length, but only for him. It softened the angles of his nose, chin, and eyes, which were all very intimidating in sections, but uniquely handsome when arranged together. Oh, stop that, Spacey! Now isn't the time to be admiring boys. It's always the time to be admiring boys. Holmes, don't you think that's too direct? Forgive me, Watson. I'm afraid I don't have the knack for pleasantries as you do. And just how did our officers miss a young girl? What do they think we'd pay them for? You pay us to prevent criminal activity and to keep Her Majesty the Queen safe, sir. Well, if you know that so well, you should know how serious it is when they've botched it all up, you idiot. You've botched it all up, you idiot. Holmes seemed content to ignore them, turning to me again. When he stands sideways like that profile, like that sketching is like, you there, can you swear not to breathe a word of anything you've heard here? Yes, I wouldn't dare. And then you'll never speak of being here? I won't. You can take me at my word, really. Oh, one last question, then. What's your name? It's Spacey Whitley. With a C. Copyright. Copyright E. I see. My name is Sherlock Holmes. Just the surname is fine. And with that, Miss Whitley, I suggest you leave immediately. A harsh order, but an appropriate one. I had no excuses left to stay, and so I excused myself politely. And then came an objection from the last person I expected. I must ask that you wait, dear Spacey. Me? None other than the Queen requested me. Is something the matter, Your Majesty? You are the daughter of Olivia Whitley, aren't you? Why, yes, I am. May I ask if you've met her? Oh, we knew each other well, as it happens. She did a great deal for me in the past, and it pleases me as well to know that you, child, have blossomed into such a stunning young lady. Oh? Did she remember me from somewhere? I had no idea she knew my mother, much less me. I beg your forgiveness, but I fear I don't remember her being acquainted. That is no fault of yours. You were only a child when we met last. I didn't realize. Her Majesty smiled, and the sight flushed me with warmth. Okay, I had to just check the time. I was like, shit, I've been so wrapped up in this. The world is lesser for the loss of your mother, including my own. There's so many things I should have liked to say to her were she still with us. This was no rehearsed sentiment from royalty, but a genuine thought. She sincerely mourned my mother's death. Thank you for your kind words. She would have loved to hear them. You know, you remind me of her. Hee I think it's funny. Hee The Queen's hee-heeing. She, too, possessed a natural curiosity, always meddling into one thing or another. Was she? If I may ask, Spacey, would you be so kind as to assist these gentlemen? Me? For the case? Your Majesty, I don't... And this matter cannot be resolved soon enough. There's little knowing what she may do next. Her Majesty's expression was grave. To ensure Chelsea comes home safely, I believe it would be best to work with as many heads as we can find. And you, much like Olivia, appear as if you have a special touch with animals. I do? The assumption baffled me. It's very true that I loved caring for them when I lived in the countryside, but how would that help here? Your Majesty, may I ask what you mean? Very well. I shall explain the case in detail. She faced us as if ready to begin an intimate conversation. Close to an hour ago, my Siamese, Chelsea, escaped the palace. So a cat, is it? I see. So that's who Chelsea is. God, they're all fucking morons. Okay, we're a fucking moron, because, I mean, hello. Come to think of it, Pendleton mentioned that the Siamese king's gift was a cat. Hello? Today, for my part, is an important opportunity to deepen our relationship with Siam. I was to attend with Chelsea. The darling was an ever so thoughtful gift from their king. So thoughtful, in fact, he ensured her birthday was the same as mine. Everything began in the dressing room, where one of my maids was brushing her. I wished to pay her a visit before the ceremony. And now it bears mentioning here, and I regret to say this, that Chelsea is not particularly fond of me. Yet it wouldn't do for His Majesty to see her being so cold, and so I reached out my hand to pet her in hopes she would be friendly. I hadn't expected her to dislike even such a small touch, as she jumped straight out of an open window, and we've yet to see her since. She was last seen running along the wall towards Hyde Park. An hour would be sufficient enough time for her to reach there, I should think. I couldn't help but think of how ordinary a concern this was. She was a queen, a woman of poise and worldly power, and at the same time a simple human of compassion. I can't put my finger on why, but seeing her fret this much is rather sweet. Her heartache moved me. How could I not wish to help her? I must do something! I understand, Your Majesty. Might you tell us of any distinguishing features? She's a fucking Siamese. In contrast, Holmes appeared to fear nothing, merely seeking details that would aid his work. Certainly, Siamese cats are known for their deep blue eyes and nearly black ears, tails, and paws. Chelsea, however, is quite a rare case. Her tail is not black, but white. You may also note her collar, which reads, "May the bond between Britain and Siam last evermore." With His Majesty present today, I was hoping to show her to him. The collar itself is crafted from the purest gold, fitted with 2 rare diaspore gemstones mined from Siam. The collar alone is worth more than its fair share on the black market. Indeed it is. Chelsea may be in danger were someone to know its value. May, almost assuredly. Imagine the stir from a wandering cat with a collar so extravagant. I can't read. If only I had given her better care before this. Her Majesty sighed deeply. I know well how to look after dogs, but cats are still new to me. I imagine most would feel the same. Dogs were a popular pet in London, perhaps at the height of their popularity now, with dog shows being held by the upper class nearly every day. I'd be that crazy bitch running around with a bird on a leash. My bird won't wear a leash.
You won't. You're a jerk. You're just sitting here snuggling with me. You're like a little neck warmer. It's patting a birdie. Patting a birdie.
You don't even care. You don't even care that I'm petting you. You're like, normally I give a shit and I don't want you to pet me, but I'm too comfortable snuggled into your neck. Yeah, I feel you nodding. Cats, however, had no such excitement about them and were a rare sight. I could only reason Chelsea leapt into the garden because she was afraid of me. But whether she likes it or not, our home is here with me. Please bring her back before the ceremony begins at 2 o'clock. Chelsea is a symbol. To have her gone missing would be a terrible blight on the bond we've worked this past year to strengthen. Your Majesty... Spacey Whitley, Sherlock Holmes, very sincerely, I request your assistance in this matter. Is this seriously going... I hope this is just going to be like... I hope this is not going to be like a magic... Like, this is the case that we're on the whole time. Like, we're running around for an hour looking for a cat, and the game takes 6 days. Please, cooperate with Scotland Yard. Bring her home to me. Certainly, Your Majesty. But I wish to voice some concerns regarding Miss Whitley. If I may, I interrupted Holmes before I could stop myself. I'm hardly a detective, and I feel as though I'm still learning much about the ways of the world, so your concerns are valid. Rather, I mean that even with my lack of experience, I'm sure I can do something. So if it pleases you, Your Majesty, I would love nothing more than to help. Come now, miss. A little more reassurance wouldn't hurt. Speak with confidence. I'll solve the case or some such. You don't have to mean it. But I can never swear to Her Majesty so recklessly. Not even a white lie. Again, I see your mother in you. That small, warm smile of hers returned. Your Majesty? Inspector Lestrade, I see your reasoning, but to encourage a young girl, to speak lies to your queen, sounds most inappropriate, does it not? No? Oh, well, yes, so it is. That wasn't my... Her sincerity will, I believe, help her to notice things your veterans would overlook. I should like to trust someone with a heart as golden as hers. Much like how I relied on Olivia in the past. You were relying on my mother? I have a feeling that necklace you wear will guide you, Spacey. Is it magic? Do you recognize it? It's the necklace of House Whitley. I glanced down as she mentioned it. She's always got her hand over it. It looks like a bee, by the way. Holmes, Jr., her unique perspective might be of assistance to you. Or would you look for Chelsea together with her? As you wish, Your Majesty. I have the utmost faith in you. Nervous as I was, Her Majesty's kindly smile gave me the push I needed. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll give it my all. And with that, I became part of the team in search of Chelsea. Anyway, so we're a little under time, but I don't know how long this is going to go, so I'm going to stop it here before we get too over. But yeah, so I hope you're enjoying this. I am. I love playing new games. We have 3 games going, and it's going to be really, really, really hard for me to balance these. But yeah, just because I'm not as ahead as I'd like to be. Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, that's what weekends are for. Um, but yeah, so worst case scenario, I'm saying this now in this one just because now this is the 3rd one I've picked up. If for some reason I find it difficult to kind of maintain, we'll at least have 2. I'll kind of alternate. So like this game, I think Period Cube is going to stay the way it is. We're going to make sure that one goes up every day just because that will end in time for Code Realize Wintertide Miracles. But if for some reason I'm feeling overwhelmed, we'll have this every other day, and Psychedelic of the Ashen Hawk will be the alternate days, so we'll always have at least something going up. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do my everyday thing, but I just like realize I'm like, oh my god. Like, and also bear with me as we play this game, because with me doing these and now just starting a couple games, having to bounce around between them, I'm gonna be like, I don't know what happened in this game. Like, it's been like a while since I've played Period Cube, so Lord knows I've forgotten everything that happened, but at least that one we're in paths, but this one's going to take a while to get through the common path, and Psychedelic getting through the common path, so I'm going to try to record them alternately so I don't get confused. But anyway, so I hope you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying it so far, aside from her super way too big eyes, which are going to bother me because they always do. My god. But anyway, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.